Patagonia, oh Patagonia, Patagonia, we love you.
So here's the story. There are so many people who really think and contemplate about everything. But then there are even more people, many, many more people who, after thinking and contemplating, they get paralyzed, they do nothing at all. So I'm trying my best to be someone who thinks and contemplates and then decides and then takes action. Not that easy. We're all under all types of pressures and so on. And sometimes all you do is become paralyzed and you think, I can do nothing at all. I'm going to surrender, but not, I'm going to die. No, there's a difference between surrendering to God's power, The Struggle to Surrender, the great book by Jeffrey Lang, and the surrender to things I cannot control, but let me do my best, let me be calm and think about what I can do tomorrow and handle my fears and accept that I'm human, I can be scared, I can be afraid and so on. I'm going to move along. There's a great difference between both. Who am I to tell you about the difference? I can tell you about other songs. Beautiful things, songs and music and lyrics and words from books. And I want you to enjoy a beautiful, beautiful evening. And it's Patagonia too. And because we're in a world where nobody believes anybody else, we're in big trouble. Because social media tells us everything. And we've got those great videos all the time. Last week, somebody was sending a voice message, as usual, goes viral on WhatsApp. And the guy says, I'm Dr. Richard Kimball from the very famous hospital, The Fugitive. And for people who don't know about this, Richard Kimball was a great character. Who was a doctor, a physician, who was escaping because he was accused of murdering his wife. And he keeps escaping the police and at the same time trying to catch the real murderer, who was a guy with one arm or something like that and so on. It was a great series, TV series so many years ago. It was back in the 80s or even the 70s. Then was turned into a movie in the 90s, maybe 2000 and something. And that was it, okay? But then he makes fun and he tells you that there are other ways to handle the epidemic and pandemic and everything, and people laugh. You will believe anybody who comes up there and wears scrubs and tells you, okay, I'm Dr. Habashtakanet and I'm doing so and so and I believe so. We believe everybody and we don't believe everybody. I try to go for the official statements from the world, but then even in the States, there was this video that went viral. Also, somebody telling you we're the citizens' media and we don't believe the official media. And we're going to places where they tell us people are queuing in thousands out there just to take the test. And then they show us with their own mobile camera. Nobody is there. So it's not as we think or what. I remember what happened with the Gulf War in 1991. And they showed us this incredibly painful picture or video of a bird, and that bird was stuck in the waters of the Gulf because of the spilling of the oil. And they were telling us that the Iraqis are killing everything out there. Let's end the war and get rid of the Iraqis and so on, what they're doing in Kuwait. And then it turns out afterwards that this type of bird does not ever live in these warm regions. And this picture was taken somewhere in Canada. We don't know who to believe or whatever. So the best thing to do is, as much as we can, think. Don't read from a million sources because that's the time you don't want to read from anybody. Think, use your mind, try to contemplate, and do what's best for you on a very small scale, on your own home ground, with your own friends and people and family and close encounters. And the government tells you do 1, 2, 3, do that, and that's it. That's the best thing to do for someone as simple and modest like me. You're more intelligent. You're going to do better stuff than me, but I'm not as intelligent as you. I'm going to play another song. It's Patagonia too. So I've done the big thing for me. I got rid of something like 1,000 extra people on Facebook. I had no clue who they were. And some of them, I really knew who they were, and they weren't really my friends. I got to know them through business meetings or whatever, and I knew through different situations and discussions they didn't really have nice feelings towards me. They hated me by different means, and they spoke so negative about me. Now, what was so painful when some of them sent me messages after I removed them from a friend list, and I don't know how to respond because it's. What should I say? Should I tell them, actually, I removed you because I know you don't really like me, you hate me. You are so, obvious, in the way you handled me. I knew from other people what you said, which was so bad, and I knew it by chance, by coincidence, whatever. Or I should just stay silent. And I decided to stay silent. But it's not that easy. When people do so many wrong things, and when you just keep them away from you, the very famous thing I learned from my sister, and the same thing was said by Ziad Rahbani, a great song. Allah yas'idha wa yib'idha. May God make you so happy, but away from me. I don't want to be close to you by any means. Not easy at all. And this is where I don't know what to do with these people. Can I tell you I don't really like you because I know you don't like me? And why do you want to be around so close to me when we're not really friends? When we become friends and we know each other so close, we're so similar to each other. Let's walk the long road together. People want certain things regardless if they have any value for them or not. It's a beautiful night. Somehow it's Patagonia too. And then each one of us usually thinks, I'm so different compared to the whole world. I'm unique, and that's why my problems are so different compared to others. I'm the only one who's facing all the music and all the pressures, and it's going really difficult on me, and I cannot sleep, and I cannot really control my temper, and I'm carrying burdens like mountains on my shoulders and so on. And then you look around, and then you realize everybody else is going exactly through the same. This is where you realize, oh my God, I'm not so different. Well, God has created all of us, subhanahu wa ta'ala, each one of us so different, so unique compared to others. But not in the way we handled issues and problems, or actually, let me be very specific over here. From my modest opinion, we're so similar in being humans and having our own feelings and thinking that the whole world revolves around us, and that I'm carrying more than anybody else, and that what I'm going through is extremely difficult, has never been experienced by any human being before, and so on. And the grass is always just greener on the other side. I'm facing the worst situations ever, but the others are much better compared to me. You don't realize that you're so similar to others unless you raise your hand and raise your head, and look around and see what's going on around. You're going to find so many people facing different types of music, more difficult compared to you. Now let me play some music for you that's going to put you hopefully in a good mood. It's a beautiful night and it's still Patagonia too. And lots of the people I removed on Facebook, some of them were okay. I don't need them and don't know them so well. They were friends of friends, so I removed them. But then I realized that I don't really know them, and I don't like the way they write things. So they start writing things like, okay, so guys, we're trying our best to control the pandemic and we don't want to spread. So all those stupid idiots, and they start insulting a lot, who are still out there on the street, stay home or we're going to force you to stay home. And I simply removed people like this because I hate it when people go too far. I really hate it. And I don't think that these people are my friends. Now, I have some time to bear with some friends who do the same because we have a long history together. We've been together in school or at the university or whatever. And we have a long, credit among each other. Okay, I'm going to bear with you. I'm going to tell you between both of us, I don't really like this approach, but if I'm going to find you too nervous and you cannot take my comment, I'm not going to say it because still we have lots of credit with you and that's it, okay? But then I don't want to live my life around anybody who doesn't really make me feel comfortable or who doesn't feel comfortable in my presence. Kick me out of your life, please, if you're not happy with whatever I'm saying. It's a beautiful night and it's Patagonia too. And you're going to find different types of music this week. One of them is the beautiful Better Days by the great Supertramp. Trust me, I can help you. Feel free. and join us in a good life, better days, and no hunger, higher wages. It's a beautiful thing. And sometimes you need to visualize what's going to happen in tomorrow's world, and then somehow it's going to happen. You start working for it, you start dreaming, you start praying, but you work for it a lot, and you expect the best. We always manage our expectations towards what can go wrong. But then if you think about it a little bit positive, it's going to change. So this show tonight, as you're going to find, or maybe you're already finding that, lots of the music is a bit cheerful. We want to think about better life. Even the song "It Gonna Come," said it gonna come one day. It's a beautiful song by this great lady, Melody Gardot. And we're all working for a means to the end of the situation. We are all hoping for a day when the powers see abdication and run. Said it's gonna come. All those people controlling the world, one day is gonna fall apart from their controls, because God has the bigger hand. Definitely, God has a plan. That's the beauty of life. And that's another song that says "Slip Sliding Away." You're gonna listen to some great songs today. I hope you're enjoying that. It's Patagonia too. And that's why, since I was so young, that's why I used to love to learn the lyrics by heart for every song. And because it has meaning, okay? And this song, "Slip Sliding Away" by the great Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel, it says the same thing. The nearer the situation, the more you slip sliding away. You think you're coming very close to the great dream coming true, but then there's always this teaser that comes over and tells you, you're not that close. And we usually burst in tears or anger or frustration or despair. It's the end of the road. I thought I was there, never gonna make it. But that's the beauty of it. That's why they always tell us that the darkest hour comes right before the dawn. There has to be this final kind of test, and you're going to see how you're going to handle that. I was talking to some great ladies. Each one of them has a huge challenge and a beautiful one in her life. One of them, her name is Lubna. She's a great, great friend, and her son has autism. Well, I'm not sure if it was autism or the Down syndrome. And she's handling. She's living her life. And handling, it's not like you take an injection and that's it. It's every minute of the day. It's quite difficult. It's quite a challenge. It's like the Groundhog Day, where you see the same scenario repeating itself every day. You think the little beautiful creature, this beautiful boy, has already learned how to do basics, and then next day you're starting from scratch once again, just teaching him how to tie a shoe. And then you're starting all over again. And you think you're in trouble or in big problems or in pressures or in pains. Oh my God. You have no clue. Enjoy as much as you can, please, and thank God. There's a great difference between what you think is the worst, what everybody else is seeing out there. Still Patagonia too. That's why I learned to think a lot. That's why I started the show tonight telling you about the contemplations and the reflections and trying to learn from my own mistakes and what goes on around me. When I was young, I used to ask God, if you want to take me, definitely. And there's going to day come when I'm not going to be there anymore. So I'm telling God subhanahu wa ta'ala, take me without pain. Just 1 minute and that's it. And who are you to choose? I'm not the one to choose at all. And so part of my own test is God puts me in situations where I have to handle the pain, not for a second as I dreamed of. I want the easy way out. No, for longer term. So I see I spend longer times with my dad, Allah yarhamu, may peace be upon, may he rest in peace. And I was there with him so many days, not just one day, so many days in the intensive care, just counting the seconds and just putting my ears on the door because I'm outside the ICU and I'm just praying, oh God, please make him still alive, make him come back to life and so on. And then I had one accident. I had to stay for 6 months, doing a million things and not feeling any improvement. And then I had another accident this time. Whatever I do, 10 million things, it's not going to improve. So you have to handle. You have to learn how to accept facts of life and thank God and handle. That's the real test. It's not a minute or two. It's a longer term thing. And as long as you're thinking, oh God, please let it end immediately, it's not going to end. Once you accept and start handling and working on it, things are going to open up. It's a beautiful song. It's going to come. Alright, I'm noticing now I'm talking too much over the past few episodes. I hope you don't really mind that, and if I'm doing it too long, I'm gonna stop that. I'm trying maybe to put the show on YouTube. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that properly because I cannot put the songs because of the copyrights and whatever. Maybe I'm just gonna put like a simple link, a simple musical link in the middle. Maybe you're gonna do that. And then let's see how it works. And it's still a beautiful night. And I love you all. Take care of yourself. Don't talk to strangers. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Khaled Habib.